Hey y'all, kind of a strange video this morning because I've honestly never had to do one of these like this. So for those of you that have been a part of my channel for a long time, you know that I like to come back after I've had a boat for a while and do an after the honeymoon. Now that's kind of like, you met your bride, you were so in love, and then you went through the honeymoon where, basically nothing could go wrong, and now all of a sudden you've sat back looking at it for a while. It's like, all right, well, what's my assessment now? It's the same thing. We buy a new product, we're just pumped. We're just, it's awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And after you've had it a while, you start to notice a little bit of flaws. Maybe this thing isn't exactly like what I thought. So for me on the K-Craft, and this is one of the reasons that it's an odd out video, is that I no longer own the K-Craft. It didn't make it through the honeymoon. And I don't want, and I've already had so many people upset with me through Crescent, and it's like, man, just give me a minute, let me explain. And I don't understand why they're so upset about my thoughts on this boat, but it's just one of the things. So I tell the truth. This is my assessment. I'm working with it from there. If the K-Craft had been the only vessel that I had, it would have been great. Probably my biggest problem, it rode so low to the water, I had to have something to kick the rod tips up, or any rod tip over the front of it was going to get hung on basically anything. So I actually used my camera bag to kick the rod tips up. But I mean, other than that, it was a fun fishing boat. There he is. Ooh, that's gee.
Goodness gracious, that is a...
That'll work. I had no problem with it. It paddled well. It did what it was supposed to. A little light on the what I consider the capacity. At 350 pounds. Now I haven't done a performance check yet. But if I lean over, that's 350 pounds of rating on this boat. So I thought that they hollowed out the bottom to make that kind of catamaran style hull a little too much. They should have left a little volume in it. I believe it would have helped out both the boat paddling and for weight capacity. But I mean, those are things that I'm used to dealing with. Jackson, who I worked with for over 10 years, didn't build boats exactly like I wanted. I never did get the boat I exactly wanted out of Jackson. So that was the reason I was looking for something else. Now, why would you look for something else? I mean, why do we buy another boat? We buy another boat because it'll either rig differently than something we have now. It'll perform differently than something we have now. Say you fish lakes, now you want something that's going to work on the river, things like that. You want something that's maybe it's faster, something you want to get out on open water and cover some ground on. There are a lot of different reasons why we would buy another boat. For me, I've got multiple boats, so I've got them that cover just about every gamut. I needed a lightweight boat. Now y'all just look back here behind me, all right? 84, 84, 102, 78, 107, 102. And there's another one of the 78s that's out on loan. So I've got several boats that go from 78 pounds to 107 pounds. I needed a lightweight boat. So when the K-Craft came out, it was advertised at 63 pounds. The problem with that is Crescent only advertises the shot weight. They only advertise the plastic that it takes to make the boat. I have issues with that. Crescent apparently has issues with me because I have issues with that. I don't believe that a manufacturer should be able to put a boat on the market that's not listed at what it actually weighs. I understand, be a pound off, be 2 pounds off, but that Crescent K-Craft weighed 75.4 pounds. What they say is, well, that doesn't include rigging. Well, guess what? I'm picking up the rigging. You're picking up the rigging. So you better know what it weighs. And I get tired. I've seen time and time again, oh, I'm fixing to buy this boat. It only weighs 60 pounds. No, it doesn't weigh 60 pounds. In that brand, a 60-pound boat is going to be a 70-pound boat. A 63-pound boat is going to be a 75-pound boat. And that makes a difference. I didn't need another 75-pound boat. So I spent my $1,300. Whenever I picked it up, I was so pumped. It's like, this is cool. And then when I grabbed it next to my bite, which weighs 78 pounds, it's like, it's almost identical, And then, so there, it's like, all right, well, what would it do better than the bite? Nothing. The bite paddles well. The bite carries way more gear. I ain't got to worry about losing nothing off of it. It rides drier. So Granted, this isn't a blast Crescent video because that boat was an excellent boat. This is a blast the way any manufacturer, whether it's Crescent, Bonafide, Jackson, you name it, any manufacturer that puts a boat on the market with that type of a deflated number, there's only one reason to do that, and that's marketing. Because you know what that boat weighs. Now Jackson, when they list stuff and Bonafide list stuff, and it'll have it in there. It'll have say with the seat, without the seat. Some people say, you know, rigged or whatever. That's fine. Crescent put that in there. Put with the seat in there, and then add the rest of the rigging to there, so it's fair. Because for years I fought about, you know, Jackson boats being heavier than everybody else's. Well, you know why? It's because Jackson was telling the freaking truth. So I have problems with any manufacturer that is, and because the only reason that you would put that number out there is to market more boats because they're lighter, but they're not lighter. It's a lie. It's just totally not right. So to me, any manufacturer, and I don't care who you are, I don't care what company you are, you need to tell the truth because the consumer deserves to know. Because some little old lady is buying a boat that says it weighs 60 pounds because she needs to get up on her car, and you're missing the mark by over 10 pounds just because you're either being deceptive, that's a choice, too lazy to change, that's a choice, or don't really care about us as a consumer, that's a choice. I know this is a sensitive video, and I know this is something that ain't going to go over well with the Crescent people, but you know what? I'm unsponsored. And I don't care anymore about that kind of stuff. What I care about is making sure people get on the boat, on a boat that works for them, that manages well, and that they can handle. And honestly, man, I'm telling you, you know, I question some of the heavier boats now. What are y'all's weights on these things? Show me. Put them on a scale, let me see. Like I said, Jackson Bite, I weighed it, 78 pounds. With all my rigging on it that I put all my little track stuff, come at 79 pounds. That's what it says with the seat, 78 pounds. I weighed it at 79 pounds. I understand a little bit of leeway. It's a manufacturing process. I do not understand saying something weighs 63 pounds that turns out actually weighing 75 and a half pounds. Don't understand it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And like I said, I am not just smacking on Crescent. I'm smacking on any manufacturer out there. And you can go to a lot of them and you'll see, and I've got lists of them that show boat with seat, that's all fine and dandy. Show me the weights and then let me know they're real because we deserve to know. Hope this helps. Y'all take care.